Good morning, Hope Class. Wednesday, April 22nd. It is Hump Day. Hope you had a great Tuesday. Today is refuel, so take some time today and reflect. It's really, really important. Hey, listen, some of you have already submitted some of the workouts, the ones that you have created. I'm impressed. Keep up the great work. Some of you might want to think about being personal trainers. Your workouts are creative and interesting, and some of them look quite difficult. So keep up the good work. Remember, this week we're trying to work out a minimum of 3 times. Again, you get to be creative and come up with your own workout plan. Tomorrow on Thursday, we will talk about health for your hearing and your vision. I sent you some pages to read on yesterday's Canvas. So read those and that'll prepare us for tomorrow. But I was thinking, as we're working out and doing all this outdoor fitness, a lot of us anyway, we need to be aware of the heat index. And the heat index is this idea: it takes the air temperature, it takes relative humidity, and when we combine those things, that's what our bodies feel like in terms of overall heat. The fact that you live in the Sunshine State here in Florida, heat index is a really, really important thing when we start talking about outdoor training. We've talked about hydration, obviously a key, very, very important. We've talked when you've been outside training in terms of the sunshine. Sunscreen is a fantastic idea, but we have not talked about the heat index, and I think it's something really, really important that you need to know. So there's a huge mathematical formula for those of you who like to do math problems. I don't, so I'm not going to show you the formula, but just know that there is a math formula, how it calculates the heat index. I do it the old-fashioned way. I'm just kidding. I go to my weather app, and if you have one, it'll tell you lots of things, but the app tells me the temperature is whatever it is, and then it also says right under it, feels like another temperature. That's the heat index, and that's something that we need to be aware of as we continue to train outside. So, just a couple things we want to talk to you about this heat index. And I just want to show you a quick chart, and so you keep this in mind when you're training. Plus, here's another thing that I did not know in terms of these heat index. These heat index values are determined in the shade. So if you're training, again, in the Sunshine State, in bright sunshine, you can increase that heat index value up to 15 degrees. That's huge. And we've all felt that. We've all been outside training before, and the sun goes behind a cloud and goes, oh gosh, that feels so much better. And then the sun comes out from behind the cloud, and we go, wow, is it hot? That shows you the impact of the sun in terms of the heat index. So keep that in mind when you know about heat index values, but that's determined when it's shady, cloudy, if you will. If you are in bright sunshine, you can basically take that heat index number and up it by as much as 15 degrees. So here's a couple indexes and some things you need to keep in mind. When the heat index is between 80 and 90 degrees, it's warm. You will sweat a lot, right? And fatigue is a possibility, certainly if you're training a long time out there. Quite frankly, most of the time that we do train here in Florida, I would say it's definitely probably going to be an 80 to 90 on one of those really cool mornings for us. If the temperature goes up to 90 to 103, in terms of the heat index, you need to start being aware. Hydration. Understand that cramps can certainly be involved. You got to be careful about heat stroke and certainly heat exhaustion. Then if the heat index goes up to 103 to 124, chances are you are going to have heat exhaustion. Chances are you're going to get cramps, things like that. Again, hydration is really, really important. But I think when the heat index gets into that 103 to 124 range, it's sort of dangerous. You might want to not exercise right then. Maybe you wait till the evening or get up earlier in the morning when it's cooler and that heat index isn't so high. And then, of course, if the heat index is over 125 degrees, that is extremely hot on your body. Again, and remember that heat index. If you looked up and the heat index said 125 today, and you're out there training at high noon and in brilliant sunshine, that heat index is probably pushing 140. Extremely dangerous. So as you continue to work out and you do some outdoor training, I want you to continue with the hydration. Sunscreen's always a great idea here in Florida, but I want you to bring into the equation is this heat index. So be careful. Understand what the heat index is as you go out to train, and so you can be safe. I'm going to show you a video that explains the heat index just a little more. So watch the video. Have a wonderful, wonderful day. If there's anything I can do for you, just give me a shout. You know where I am. I'm right here to help you. And then tomorrow when we meet, we will begin to start talking about treating our vision and our hearing in a healthy manner. So until then, have a great day, and I'll talk to you soon.
Hi, I'm Roxanne Moore, registered dietitian and director of wellness for Sodexo Schools. While you can practice good hydration throughout the week and during activity, there are environmental conditions that can challenge even the best of well-hydrated athletes. Athletes should take extra care to monitor the heat index to avoid unnecessary stress and harm while exercising. The National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration's heat alert procedures are based mainly on heat index values. The heat index, sometimes referred to as the apparent temperature, is given in degrees Fahrenheit. The heat index is a measure of how hot it really feels when relative humidity is factored in with the actual air temperature. The heat index chart provides general guidelines for assessing the potential severity of heat stress. Individual reactions to heat vary, so it should be remembered that heat illness can occur at lower temperatures than indicated on the chart. In addition, studies have indicated the susceptibility to heat illness tends to increase with age. Now here's how to use the heat index chart. First, you want to read across the top of the chart and locate the environmental temperature. Down the left side of the chart, you want to locate the relative humidity. Follow across and down to find the apparent temperature. The apparent temperature is the combined index of heat plus humidity. It's an index of the body sensation of heat caused by the temperature and humidity combined. As an example, if the air temperature is 96 degrees Fahrenheit and the relative humidity is 65%, the heat index, or how hot it really feels, is about 121 degrees Fahrenheit. The Weather Service will initiate alert procedures when the heat index is expected to exceed 105 to about 110 degrees Fahrenheit for at least 2 consecutive days. Since heat index values were devised for shady, light wind conditions, exposure to full sunshine can increase heat index values by up to 15 degrees Fahrenheit. Also, strong winds, particularly with very hot, dry air, can be extremely hazardous for athletes. The heat index chart shaded zone above 105 degrees Fahrenheit shows a level that may cause increasingly severe heat disorders with continued exposure or physical activity. Being aware of the heat index, coupled with daily good hydration and selection of the right beverage to help you replenish before, during, and after activity, is critical for athletic success. But one core principle of proper hydration is essential to remember. Practice makes perfect. So experiment with various hydration strategies to learn what works best for you. Try different water and sports drinks in varying amounts and hydrate at different times during your workout to discover your optimal